Hey, Kliq This fans, want to get closer to the show than ever? Join Kliq This TV. Kliq This TV offers early commercial-free access to wrestling's hottest podcast, plus live audience tapings of their show every friggin' week. Head to KliqThisTV.com now and get inside the show that's just too sweet.
The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
Must be Monday morning. Must be Monday. Starting our week the right way.
If it was, I'd be fucking crawling back from Sacramento.
Kliq This, Kevin Nash podcast. I'm Sean. He's President Putin. No, he's going to beat President Putin. He's Kevin Nash. Catch that one today?
Unfortunately.
Sacramento's this week, or it was last week? No, Canada was last week. Right. They fucked you again.
No, well, it was
Delta.
They there's nothing like sitting at the Daytona Beach Airport, and they just keep pushing the flight back, and then you go to book, and you realize that the flight that you're on is the last flight. So if you don't make the flight that I was scheduled to make, then I'm in Atlanta for the night. And then the next flight for me to make it to Montreal, by the time I get through customs on Saturday, that day's fucked. So now it's like, I walked up to the thing, I said, just give me my bags. Like, I'm like, why, I could see if I had to feed my family, but I'm just going to get out of the house. It's just like, I'm not going to put myself through misery.
You would have missed the Saturday anyway, if you had to fly out Saturday morning.
Yeah, I would have missed a good portion of it.
Yeah, I mean the afternoon. It was a signing, right? I assume.
And then I'm doing a sign. Then I got Sunday from 11 to 4.
Yeah. Well, the Saturday morning is always the money spot, right?
Saturday, yeah, like noon to 4. So that's your money.
Yeah, you would have been landing at that time. You wouldn't have been at the venue. Yeah, no, that would have been a waste. So Sacramento today, this weekend?
Yes, I'll be going to Sacramento. Actually, I'm in Stockton. I'm just flying into Sacramento. Sting's there. Matt's there.
Matt Hardy.
Godfather's there. No, Mr. Indy.
I thought this would be an opportunity to sing with Jeff. That would have been Jeff. Would have been sing Matt Hardy.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
I was in Sacramento earlier this year. I encountered a lot of homeless and a guy running around the streets in a clown mask, taping people with a phone, recording people.
Yeah, it's like 107 degrees there right now.
Yeah. It's hot everywhere. Today, I got in my car, it's at 104.
Yeah, it was. I left the gym and it was so hot in the gym. It was hot. It's just, then my neighbor wanted to talk to me, so I talked to my neighbor for like 15 minutes out in the street between our houses. And
how's his fence coming? Is that done?
That's good, yeah.
Because he was in the middle of that project. Last spoke about you.
Well, he's got like property all over the place, but he's really more of a South Florida guy. He's a good guy, though. I finally got a good neighbor. State Farm.
Another retirement match is coming up next year. It looks like Kev, did you catch that? John Cena.
Well, it's the Kiss retirement tour.
It's the tour, yeah. It's the tour.
Yes, when I first saw it made like the morning news, like local, that John Cena was retiring. and I'd seen the the Money in the Bank thing. I was just like, all right.
Yeah, well, they'll milk this for, what is it, 100 dates throughout 2025. So there'll be local, there'll be house shows, it's going to be the Cena Retirement Tour, which, fuck, why not, right? I mean,
He definitely deserves it. Worked his ass off.
rather than just the one match, make it a whole thing.
And the thing about John is he'll make a Wish appearance at every one of them.
He's good like that.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
How old is John now?
Well, maybe 48.
Okay. All right. So, can still go. So why the hell not? Go out on top. Don't have your retirement match.
He lives in the Land of Lakes. I think he paid like $1 million for his house. I think that thing's worth like $5 million now. I mean, he put some cash into it, but like he kind of moved out and away from Tampa in an area that wasn't really developed and got some acreage and got a big ass. I think it's like a 10,000 square foot house, and then it fucking just the real estate in that area went through the roof. So he's sitting on a nice equity bomb.
Let's see, value of about $4 million. I'm looking at here.
It's a little
10,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms.
I wonder who's cleaning that motherfucker.
Gentleman's room.
High ceilings to accommodate his 6'1"
His
frame.
6'1" frame, Kev.
Easy,
so you
Iverson.
can't visit.
Easy, Iverson.
All right. Personal
A modern bathroom as opposed to
one of those ancient dilapidated ones.
I-75 when they first opened up, they had those fucking cutouts and you shit down on the wooden thing and just shit in a trough.
All right,
a personal elevator in your home as opposed to one for the fucking
just for the maids and the wait staff.
Yeah, I mean, but just the people that are visiting and it's come this way. It's I'm sorry, you can't use that's John's personal.
For him, God damn it, beat the odds.
I'm fucking walking up the stairs. I don't have a personal fucking.
He's one of those cases, Kev. I wouldn't have put my money on when he first started.
Right.
Would you have put all your chips on that square? Coming on like, oh, we gotta sit through this Marky Mark gimmick here. How fucking far is this gonna go?
The thing is he fucking kind of like once he got going, like he stayed baby. I'll give that guy credit, man. He stayed babyface the whole time.
Probably would have going heel would have destroyed him, right? Because
Yeah.
he wouldn't have been. I forget who said it, but somebody, maybe it was you. I don't know. He said, "There's some people, man. You could do anything you want. You could script anything you want. Have them do anything in the ring. Fans just aren't going to buy some people as a heel, and clearly he was one of them. Like the Ricky Steamboat type. Like you could have done anything to Ricky. He wouldn't have been a heel. So that's coming up next year. That was the big news. Yeah, I heard it on my local New York radio station, CBS FM did it in the morning as one of their things, and they must have just pumped that. Their PR department must pump that out to every outlet.
That machine. I mean, if they want they want to get something out there. They've got enough. I think what is their spread? It's over 1 billion. I know that. Like when they put something out there, with all their social media and everything else, it's like 1 billion views worldwide.
Right. Yeah. Did you just do an Elton John, or you were filling a bottle with?
Yeah, I just did a little Yellow Brick Road.
We'll call it the Sir Kevin Nash now, because that's all.
Well, but I came up with it. So
was that was a current story? Did that happen, or this was a past? Steve, what was that? Dom
says, "Yep, it was current."
Wow, he's fucking. at his advanced age and status, he's whipping out his hog in the store. Was it a shoe store? Fuck, was it? Steve, bring up that, that item.
You gotta piss, man.
Elton John peed in a plastic bottle at a shoe store in France. Asked his security to clean it up. Was it out of protest or he just had to go?
He had to go.
That's brilliant. Now this store has to take this and run with it. You know, like yellow light special or something. They gotta make the most of this. But I haven't seen the store mentioned in any. They need to get their PR people. They need to hire WWE's PR people, to get this out there. It was a sneakers store in France. He entered the shop looking for a public restroom. Upon not finding it, he proceeded to take a piss in a plastic bottle inside the shop itself, even instructed security to, quote, clean up the mess. So he clearly got that from you.
Yeah, but he's got his security. It's like...
All this, he's taken so much from you over the years, Kevin. Your tag team with Bernie Taupin back in the day. Last week, Tom Talker was listening or watching, and he said, also heard today on the news that doctors for Parkinson's disease were in and out of the White House over the past few weeks. So make of it what you will. Something is definitely going on with his health. I did see the press conference where they're...
Parkinson's it has a completely different kind of a set of circumstances. Isn't it more of a tremory, like...
I'm not sure if he's got the detail right. I think it was a dementia test.
Yeah. I would think it would be somebody that was seeing as cognitive ability.
Yes, I did see that.
And I mean, all you got to do is watch that debate, and he's fine.
Right, it's fine. Putin today, he was fine with too. Delbert Prince, the show has taught me a lot about life. NWO fan for life. Well, that's what we seek to do here, Delbert. We get together every week and I say, Kev, what does the general public need to know about life?
How to live a life without a private elevator.
Yes, yeah,
that's the key.
That's the struggle. That's the struggle for most of us. Klusman, I'm in southern Utah, 2 hours north of Vegas, and the humidity is 3%. No shit, and 115 degrees today. It's like we were talking about, that humidity. It's the joke when you say, yeah, but the humidity at 150. There is a significant difference. God, in Florida, when you're near 100 degrees and it is like a hot, wet towel over your face, I cannot breathe. I can't do it.
Yeah, it was rough today. It beat my ass today.
Now, when you work out, when you go to the gym, you're only outside for what, a few minutes, but because everybody's sweating in there and shit, does it change the room? Humidity in the room, the temperature in the room?
I think they keep it at 74. But they've got fans. I mean, it's just, you're definitely going to be, you're going to break a sweat.
Yeah. Saw someone running, was driving somewhere. I saw someone running, like, alone, doing, like, laps on the basketball court. To be young, I guess, right?
It's always when people say, when they take up, like, running, or that's their form, they're like, yeah, I get up early and do it. I'm like, man, I take my dog out at 8 o'clock. It's too fucking hot to do shit at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
This morning we had, God, I don't know what time we had some storms come through this morning that were just hailstorm on a steel roof that'll wake your ass up.
Yeah. I think there was bad rain. Was it yesterday? Oh, maybe that was today. I'm trying to remember. I was talking to my wife is still down there, so she was mentioning that.
Yeah, there was some storms. See, Orlando gets it every day. Orlando gets they get bombed. We've got, like, this morning we got a pretty good storm, and then but today it's like been gray all day. The sun hasn't came out.
I feel like when I was there last week, and
So, it didn't
on the
rain.
coast, I was just gonna say, I don't think I saw rain.
No, we hadn't had rain in like 7 or 8 days, and then we had some rain this weekend, sporadic. But it was like, it's kind of been chill because it ends up raining like after 5 p.m. Unless you have to, if it rains at 5 p.m. and the people haven't left the beach yet, oh God, that's like you might just sit in your house because you're not getting over the bridge for an hour.
Oh yeah, it gets crowded.
Everybody's going over the bridge.
Dr. Apostasi says, I need to know when WCW died. How was Eric going to pay your contract and pay prime time? Plus, have enough money to keep stars. He manipulated money.
No, he had people that were money people. We just needed the airtime.
I can't believe this documentary is still being talked about.
It's going to be talked about forever because it's like they just don't get it. Nobody gets it. Like, what's that fucking guy?
Do you get it, Kev? Do you get it?
Yeah, I definitely get it. I definitely
You
get
get it? Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
I wasn't sure.
I think I learned from one of the people that I think if you were to ask most of the people in this industry if Hulk Hogan gets it, and it's like the first time I locked up with Hulk and grabbed a headlock, and he gave me the fucking little squeeze. Lighten up, brother. We already got their money. I was just like, oh. And people say
It's a profit thing.
they always say that, Nash was a mediocre worker and he was this and he was that. I'm thinking, okay, so I was a mediocre worker because I only had 5 moves. How many moves did Hulk have? Big boot, leg drop. Maybe send the guy off and give him that back elbow. Punch.
Some punches, yeah.
And if I had the hair flip, he had the hand of the ear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but I think Hulk rather might fall to some of those in the wrestling media in that category of also being a mediocre worker, right?
Until you see him work against guys in Japan when he had to work, and you're like, he could do it. He could do it. He could chain wrestle. He could do whatever he needed to do. But when you're a professional wrestler and you're an entertainer, your job is not for the people to yell, holy shit. Your job is to walk in the ring and leave the ring in the exact same shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
You're not surprised that this documentary, when they called me about this documentary, when I called you about this, and when I heard what they were doing, I was like, really? What? Did we try to squeeze some more out of that lemon? And I called you and you were like, oh, I could talk about this for a change. That's how I felt. Is it still being talked about because the things that were said in it were there were people some who got it, I guess, some who didn't get it. But some people coming off as, like Bret, for example, I think is getting some attention based on what was said.
I think it's horseshit. I think that, people say that, Bret comes across like a whiner. But Bret was one of the fucking, easily. I mean, I'm not going to go into the Mount Rushmore, but definitely one of the top 10 guys to ever do it. And it's like his career got cut short. He could have he could have went back in 2002 to the WWE and had a great run. So he wasn't done by any means. It cost him a lot of money. So it's like, and I mean, Bill said he's sorry, but it's like, I don't know.
But is there an implicit contract when you go in the ring with somebody? Accidents can happen. I mean, this is, this going in. You know this when you sign up for this as a career. So I don't think Bret thinks this was intentional, right?
No, but I always got my hand up when people kicked me to my head. I always got my hand up to.
But was that a called? Did you know that was coming? Was that a spot that was called?
Yeah, but it's just that Bill was so fucking strong. He just would kick right through your hand.
Mm.
I talked to Bill for an hour the other night.
Did this come up? It must have come up. It had to come up.
It came up, but I mean, it's not like Bill Goldberg is sitting in Texas, not fucking in pain from head to toe, shoulders gone. I mean, there's nobody makes it out alive. That's just the way it is. And I mean, the longer Bill might not have been in the ring as long as a lot of the other guys, but Bill fucking had a football helmet on. And it wasn't like Bill was a fucking scrub. Bill was a fucking stud.
You knew Bill in Georgia, right?
Yeah. Bill when he played for the University of Georgia.
Yeah.
Those guys, those crazy fuckers that come into the clubs in Atlanta after their games. Yeah.
So is that the message for Bret then? That, Bill's hurt, everybody's hurt.
Oh no,
everybody gets hurt. So come on.
Bret can have whatever opinion he wants to. And it's just like, it's the people that haven't done it that say get over it. It's just like, all right, so you're my fucking my cellmate, and I fucking the whole 8 years you're in prison with me, I just bang the dog fuck out of you. I just rape you, beat the fuck out of you. You know what? When you get out of there, you just need to get the fuck over it. Everybody that's got a problem with it is people that didn't do it.
Mm.
I don't get it. What don't I get? I made a shitload of money. I thought it was my job.
Well, yeah, I was that ever clarified? Because, word on the street for a minute there, Kev, was that you didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
But what are they talking? Were they talking about the?
I don't know if they made reference to the fact that I said like the night that I broke Goldberg's streak, I said I was the most over fucker in the business. And so if you know the business, and that's the most over that I'm ever going to be in that particular territory, is beating Bill, what's the best thing? When's the time to turn that guy? 6 months or a week later?
Right. The next week was
the next week was a finger poke.
Right.
So people look at that. It didn't work out the way it was planned, but psychology-wise, it was a pretty solid psychological plan.
So with that logic, people who maybe thought you didn't get it would have been okay if you went in the ring, had a contest instead of the finger poke,
Yeah.
and it was a pinfall, fine, would have been fine.
Well, no, or even if we
Would
would
they
have
have
went
said
like
that?
6 or 8 minutes, you know, because that's, I mean, that's if, you know, if you're going to put somebody over, I mean, you got to go out there and beat each other's ass for 10 minutes. Well, I said that was the whole reason I said that. I said, if we're truly in on this together, why would you possibly let somebody punch you in the face?
Right, if you're actually on the same team. Right. Yeah,
Right. Why would you do that?
I get it. I get it. I get it. You don't get it.
I get it. It's just people that didn't make money in the business have a problem because all throughout that the death of WCW, I just kept saying, "Hey, I got my money, my check's cleared, I got paid." Because when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter what you put between the beginning of that sentence to the period. If you didn't get paid, it's your own fucking fault. I made sure I got paid. You know what? You want to hash up about something that happened 25, 30 years ago, and you want to sit here and have discussion after discussion about it. It's over, man. You either fucking got paid or you didn't get paid. And most of the people that say I have a problem with it, 90% of them didn't get paid. And in their minds are better professional wrestlers technically than I am. And I would agree with 90% of them.
But here comes in the argument, what are we gauging as... Before we went on the air, we were watching a clip of Hogan talking about the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. And he put Andre on it.
Right.
And we had a little discussion about, what are we talking about if Andre's on there? Are we talking about a draw? Are we talking about work rate? Which is a very 1990s term, right? It came to measure the ability of one's wrestling ability in the ring, the ability to make the illusion look real. What are we talking about with Andre and his thing there? So this is the same discussion you're having. If you, for someone who got it and didn't get it, in the minds of those that may say you didn't get it, what are they valuing? They're valuing, it's not work rate, because they even said in the clip, not the best wrestler, but like one of the smartest guys and a good guy, like talking about you.
And my whole thing is, I had some very good matches with with a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know?
I always hear basketball players asked, the retired guys, the legends, right? They're always asked, pick your starting five. Who do you want out there, right? And then they go through the Kareem and Bird and Magic and all that stuff. You think any of these guys, the pundits, the writers, maybe some of them wrestlers themselves, but they're covering wrestling now. You think any of them wouldn't put you on a roster that's trying to get TV ratings based on the first part of that series? No one talks about the 83 weeks in that series. Everyone's debating the demise of the company, but how many of them wouldn't put you on that? If you said it's 1998, you got to pick your starting five, Kareem, who's out there. They would pick you.
I don't know. To tell you the truth, I really don't care unless they're writing a check.
Right.
But it just seems to me like the people that wrote the checks from 93 going forward, somehow they picked me. So.
Just think maybe it makes it a little more titillating to take a shot at a big target, right?
But yeah, I guess it does, and maybe somehow it you know, gives him some kind of closure into, not being as successful.
You mentioned a couple of weeks ago that that if you watch the interview, it's Nash in character going,
Yeah,
I got paid. I got paid.
of course it is.
So,
But it's like, that's the whole thing about it is you can
take it
still,
so seriously.
you can, but man, you can always work a mark. That's fucking.
Is it
that's
that fucking easy?
Oh,
I mean,
God, it's that easy.
Kevin, if you add up the screen time you had in those 4 episodes, what did you shoot for, like 10 hours?
Oh, fuck, easy.
I remember you complained to me.
I complained, and the thing was, I was for 10 hours, and they've got what, a minute and 40 seconds of sound bites, and I'm a dick, and I don't get it. Why don't you listen to the other fucking 11 hours, Mr. Nixon? Like, fuck, man. Like,
Well, that's you
it's
should
just
write a book.
unbelievable.
An hour.
I don't care.
A minute and 41 seconds. How to light a fire in a minute and 41
I don't
seconds.
care.
Ah,
You know what? My wife loves me, and she went to 2 matches in my entire career. My son went to 1.
what was that? Just one?
Yeah. He watched. Mick put me over for the Legends title at TNA, and he came down and watched it. And he sat in the room and watched me and Mick put the whole thing together, where we're going to get color. He watched the whole thing and then just sat there and watched it. And it was just like, and Mick kind of put me too far out to where he was going to jump off and I was going to move and Mick was going to land on this ladder. And when Mick jumped, I was so far out, I fucking rolled, like, instead of rolling in, I thought, fuck, if I roll in, he's going to fucking definitely crush
Land
me.
on you, yeah.
So I'll roll the other way, and fucking Mick, like, still, as far out as that thing was, landed his whole fucking weight on that fucking ladder, but that's where he got his color. And it was great, because when we were going home that night, he was just like, and the thing was, Dad, it was just like, I knew that Mick was going to get color, but it was so spectacular when he hit that ladder and he came up, he was just like, oh, fuck. Like, he busted his head open. He goes, no, he didn't. Fucking, that's where he's supposed to get it. So that was kind of cool.
How old was he at the time?
Oh,
Because he was
God.
smartened up to blading and all that shit?
Oh, 14. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 14.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to be that dad who fucking, thought fucking his kid thought I was some world champion hero guy. I'm fucking, man.
No, you let him know early that you didn't get it.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I don't get it. Watch me work stone, son. I don't get it.
You know, one of the things I think about all the time when maybe the gummy kicks in a little too much, but I can't believe you and Sean HBK
would eat somas.
Oh my God! And go out in front of 20,000 fucking people on pay-per-view.
No, we never did pay-per-views.
Wow, what, a house show it was? TV? What?
We did. We've done the Garden before.
Okay, so that counts. And you never got caught out there, huh? You always went home before there was a problem? Just for the game of it. Just for the high wire act.
Well,
it's a game of chicken is what it is. It's a game of rainbow stew chicken.
If you actually get it. You got to be able to get it, though. If you don't get it, you're fucked.
Right. So I guess in that sense, you got it because you guys always were able to.
I mean, there's two things going on. You're calling the match and calling your fucking buzz back and forth. I'm feeling a little shaky. Feel a little shaky, bro.
I was going to say you had to have some kind of contact when one
fuck
needed
yeah.
to. When
Anytime fucking out of nowhere, fucking Sean would just call a double knockdown. Double down.
It's time to go home.
Like, no, that was just to fucking see where we were.
To feel, to lay
like,
there and assess.
Because you're fucking, and I remember when I first started working with Sean and Scott, like, they were the masters. I still see people do it all the time, and it's such an easy fucking thing. Is if you want to get the people, do a double knockdown and don't fucking move. I see guys all the time, they'll do a double knockdown, and the first thing the guy does is, while he's down, laying on his back, he takes his right hand and he fixes his fucking knee pad that's been bothering him.
Right.
It's like, that's it, man. The boom mic's in the shot. I know I'm watching a movie. Get the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you get it.
Right.
If you get it, you fucking stay there. Don't, if your fucking hair's in your fucking face, don't clear your hair off your face. Like, just, so.
Right. So
that's the same as when I was watching Raw, and I think it was Finn who got the cover on Truth. It might have been last week. But anyway, like, guys will grab, they'll grab the leg and they'll do the count. And they'll go 1, 2, and they'll like do that movement with it. Like, they make a movement
when they're covering, and they have the leg hooked,
and they make the move with it, and you're actually like, you would just grab them and drill them and hold them, and get as much as your weight on them as you could. The last thing you would do is give them
release to rock. Release
any kind
your
of momentum to where they could get their shoulder out.
That's someone who doesn't get it.
No, I mean, fucking, he's one of the best workers fucking in the business, but it's one of those things that you get into that habit because the people react, especially like Finn worked so long in Japan where it's so hard to get the fucking people to react. And the pinfalls is like one of the like, false finishes is one of the few places where then if they kick, then it's like the crowd will pop because it's fighting spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. There's a whole pinfall psychology. That could be a whole day of wrestling class, right? About
I don't get it, so I couldn't talk about it.
You couldn't teach it, but someone else could.
But if I saw it, I probably wouldn't know it.
Right. You could get a wrestling writer maybe to teach that class, or like a wrestling podcaster,
or maybe like a 5'7" independent guy that's never drawn a dime, who says he's 5'7", but he's actually 5'5". But then he wouldn't get it because obviously at 5'5", he should have known going into it that he wasn't going to get any fucking money.
Did it for the glory, man.
You think? I think it's for fucking. I think it's just a absolute pure meat gaze. He's going in to see hog. He's in there to fucking see cock.
Listen, man, it is a tough position to be in, to cover this sport.
Be a meat gazer?
And no, to cover the sport. And maybe the person you're alluding to was a worker, but most of the wrestling writers aren't.
I didn't know that the person was a worker until I actually looked them up after they told me I didn't get it, because I was curious to what this person's pedigree was that was assessing my ability to get it. But
it's a hard thing to cover this business if you were, okay, he was a worker, but most of the other wrestling writers, almost all of them, I guess, aren't. So
where did he work?
It's a tough spot to, well, I think it was all indie shots, right? It was all, I mean, so I know people that have worked with him, so he was.
Okay, so you're an indie guy.
He was legit.
So but
I mean, it wasn't a backyard. I'm saying it wasn't a backyard situation.
No,
I mean, he was
so
hired
he worked
and
for
paid
who?
I'm sure we'll have it up here in a minute, but
Yeah, who do you work for?
there was some overseas work
Bullshit.
in the, okay, here we go. What do we have here? What are we looking? What's it? Oh, that's 2023. I'm thinking more, the times I know are further down. Yeah, like in the 2010, like the turn of the 20s is.
I've yet to see somebody that on here that I know who the fuck they are.
I'm trying to decipher the logos. They're very small. Steve, feel free to come on the air. What logos am I looking at there? I see. This is in.
God, that looks like some fucking. You know what? I take everything back. That looks like some super fucking paydays. That's got to be fucking $250,000 payoffs.
Plenty of work in the state of Washington on this screen I'm looking at here. All right, so the Pacific Northwest was a staple.
Yeah, just, you know what, man?
But
that's
anyway,
like,
what my point is,
that's like saying I played in the CBA.
but he was in a ring, and
Well,
I'm saying these guys that weren't, these guys that wrote it, the Meltzers, the Wade Kellers, Greg Oliver. It's a tough spot to be in because
Yeah,
they're
so he
covering.
was in. So
a
instead
sport.
of never being on the film set, he was an extra. And extras moving and action.
No, he had lines. He was in there. He was doing the work.
I never
Smaller
heard of him.
crowds, smaller crowds
I never heard of
than
him.
you were dealing with. For
I never
God's
heard of
sakes, he
him.
worked against Azim the Dream, for God's sakes, on
I'm just saying, I never heard of him.
May 22nd, 2010. Hard position to be in, to cover a sport when you were not in the ring and still have to engender the respect of the guys in the business, because you got to talk to them, you got to interview them. They're a source for you. They're a source of information. So it's a very.
Are you fucking this guy?
Are you? I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the ones that weren't in the ring.
Oh,
Guys that didn't work. It's a hard thing to have the credibility.
well, he was talking to Lance Storm, and I have all the respect in the world for Lance, because Lance was over. Lance was in the big leagues. Like Lance could have lambasted me, and he could have said anything he wanted to, and I would have accepted that because
He liked you. He said you got.
yeah, of course he liked me because we were in the same locker room together. I never had a problem with him. There's not very many people I had a problem with.
But I think Lance agreed that maybe you didn't get it.
No, Lance just said I think he was more upset with the fact that I made the whole thing about money.
Oh, you're right. That was his.
That
take
was
on it.
Lance
Yeah.
was upset about that, which that's great because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to upset people
In the 1 minute and 41 seconds, you
that
succeeded.
I had.
Yeah.
Like I said a couple of weeks ago, though, the whole thing, I said, I told everybody how explosive Goldberg was, what a great athlete he was, on and on and on. I put Bill over. He had a look like nobody else. The fucking guy was 305 pounds, moved like a fucking freight train. He just needed to work on his skills. What gets fucking on the documentary? He needed to work. He needed to get some skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets on the
Yeah,
film.
of course. Yeah, that's
Right. So it's just, I really don't care. And Alvarez, whatever the fuck his name, I'm just fucking with him. I don't even know him. I guess I would know him if he walked in here because there'd be like this little 5'5" guy walking in my condo that I don't know. But
he'd hit you with a fucking plancha, though, bro.
Shit.
It's a tough thing. to cover her
Sorry,
business.
sorry, dude. I can't sell for your indie-rific ass.
Bad Lion 12K was listening last week and said they literally have a Steiner on the roster and named him Breaker because they want to own his name. The entire world knows who he is at this point. Well, you pointed out that's not his real name anyway.
No, his last name is Rick Steiner.
Right. So there wouldn't be anything preventing them from using
Calling him Steiner?
from
No.
Steiner, right? Because WCW, they own everything there anyway, even if they trademarked it, which I don't think they did.
Right. So I tell you one thing they have to stop doing is they have to stop doing the spot where Braun Strowman runs around the ring and like mows over people.
Yes, I saw that.
Like you can't have that and Braun doing the same thing when one of them's fucking a 4'1", 40 guy.
Correct.
It's just.
But to get to Steiner, Breaker, for a minute.
Right.
I was thinking about this. There is nothing preventing them from using the family angle. So either he didn't want it, he wanted to do it on his own, so to speak. You know, not
he
use
would
the
have
name.
never. He would have never brought his father to NXT when he won the championship.
So did they avoid the name because of, they have to consider publicly traded company.
Ask Henning's kid.
Ask him what? Why
they didn't fucking call him fucking Henning? Why he was fucking whatever the fuck they named him.
I was wondering if it was because of the controversy Rick had with the transgender worker and the confrontation at the autograph signing. Maybe they wanted to distance themselves from anybody Googling, and that comes up. And they're a publicly traded company. They're concerned about image and whatnot. I'm getting here in my note. Oh, Curtis Axel. That was Hennig's son.
And he could work, man. Kurt's kid could work. Like they just think that you give these names, Breaker, Axel. I mean, it's like this character that I read for on Tuesday. You read it and you're just like, ugh. Really? The character's name is this because of this? Like, ugh. Yeah.
That's gonna be the runaway sleeper character of the whole series. Gonna get a whole fucking spinoff. It's happening. This is the time. You've put your time in.
I ain't feeling it.
You've put your time in. You've done
I ain't
enough.
feeling it.
You've done enough Ninja Turtle outfits and whatnot. Mark Cafe Brown has said AEW $1 million gate. That's $92 a ticket with 11,000 people.
I
No
saw
way.
that.
I don't believe it. That's interesting. I didn't do the math, but he's got a point.
I was very impressed with that breakdown. I thought to myself,
Yeah, we covered the story, and I never did any basic division there to get to that number. No way $92 a ticket is the average for that house.
so where are we calling bullshit?
I don't know. Did they sell? Did the ticket come with meet and greet opportunities backstage, glory hole participation, something that would have jacked that up? For God's sakes. I don't know. That's it smells a little fishy. And guys, let me just tell you, if you want to avoid smelling fishy yourself, it's summer. We have to be conscious of these things. Kev's talking about going to the gym in record heat. CREMO should be in your shower. The CREMO body wash should be in your shower. As it is mine, as it is Kevin's. I'm still rocking the bourbon vanilla. And after a hard day, maybe after a hard workout, nothing will bring you back to life. Like grinding that rag into your body, that CREMO, the fragrance actually begins to increase and become a little more complex the more you lather. This is true. by the way. You want to elevate and enhance your hygiene routine? CREMO body wash. That's what you're going to do. They combine a rich lathering and hydrating formula with meticulously balanced multi-layered fragrances, okay, for a superior shower experience, okay? CREMO's newest men's body wash scent makes a regular shower feel like a luxury experience. You're looking at the bourbon vanilla right there.
I just put that in my I put it in my shower also.
Yeah.
I added that because Tamara was cool with it. So
It took her a little while to get on board with the vanilla, though. She liked the bergamot, I think, a little better there. But yes, this will invigorate the senses with bold distillers, spices, perfectly balanced, okay, with rich notes of Madagascar vanilla and aged oak to create a shower experience that meets even the highest of standards. Okay, they work with master perfumers to make sure that every CREMO body wash scent is meticulously balanced and refined, and their hard work definitely shows. I use it, Kevin uses it. There's no reason you shouldn't be using this, okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go find CREMO Men's Body Wash, CREMO. Grab that distinctive bourbon vanilla scent and smell like Kevin Nash. You can get it at Walmart or Walmart.com. Once again, that's Walmart or Walmart.com. Enjoy the CREMO experience like we are. And if you want to enjoy the live taping experience like our friends here in our live audience, you can do so by going to KliqThisTV.com. The new, improved KliqThisTV.com, powered by Patreon. God bless them. No technical difficulties with KliqThisTV.com, I'll tell you that. Kev, I did watch a little Raw. I did catch a little Money in the Bank.
Show.
And I think right now they're in a spell. I was complaining after WrestleMania. Remember that? Every week I would watch, and I said, "There's nothing. They're not advancing." Now I just feel like they're
I think
foot's on the gas.
When we look back at that, it's like because we were like, okay, Punk's out.
Yeah.
Like, how do they keep him? Like, you said maybe put him. I said no, but they put him at the desk. He'll get old, and then lo and behold, Seth gets hurt, and then Damian steps up. And like I thought, it's fun. It's funny how Punk's character, because he hasn't been shoved down our throat, like he just kind of exists. Like he continually gets to Drew, to the point now where Drew, like, storyline wise, is saddled with that. And then he came out last week during Rollins' gimmick, and we walked to the announce table. And he was just like, "Do you mind if I sit here for a minute, man? This fucking singing shit is
The sing-along's going to go a little bit long here.
It's fucking just too." And it's so funny because how many times have we said that? Like the open, man, like that's a lot of time to be sitting at home. Like there's some times where I'll zip through that. I'm not gonna sit there and watch that. Okay, I get he's over. It's great, but then when Punk came in, then I said, okay, but I paused it to see what Punk. I ran it back to where Punk showed up. Then I heard what he had to say, and I was just like, yeah, I'm in complete agreement. And then when he got in the ring with him, he had like he touches nerves. Like he made reference to Becky and their daughter, and he said, "This guy's got bracelet on." I mean, it's just like. And then Seth said, when you get cleared, like I'm gonna be the first one to break your arm. And that was the first time I realized that Punk had both of his sleeves. Like he didn't have anything on.
Right.
No brace anymore, no nothing. So it made it, but at the same time, they've done such a good job creatively with us accepting that he's out and that he's hurt, that we're like, yeah, of course you're not going to attack him because he's not cleared. Like, that would make you a piece of shit. So I think they've really done a good job. And now it's like you've got Punk, who has caused all kinds of fucking shit. He's got a ton of heat, still super over, and he hasn't touched anybody yet with a referee, like with a bell.
See, but when he's on the mic too, it doesn't sound promo-y.
No.
Because like he threw some shots, like the one when he brings up Drew this past week, and Drew wasn't there. He goes, see, I just mentioned Drew, so the ratings are going to dip now. But it wasn't like so the ratings are going to, like it was an understated, it was just like a wise-ass snarky comment, threw in a little AEW dig. He said there's actually people behind those cameras. It reminded me of you and Scott, when you'd come out, do those like insidery type things, which were just off the cuff, just throw a little insult about somebody. The ratings are going to dip because you mentioned him, because you probably read in the sheets the week before that the ratings did go down when that person was in the ring, and you're being a dick. But it reminded me of that. I'm fine if they keep him like this, and when he gets back in the ring, if it gets all workery again.
I don't think it will. I
hope they just keep this.
I think he's gotten older. Like, the fact that he's got gray in his beard and he's not fucking messing with it, it's just like it's the growth of the Phil Brooks character. It's
which doesn't feel like a character at all. And that's the key.
No, and that's my whole thing is I'm not watching CM Punk. I have a feeling like I'm watching a lot more Phil.
Right. Yeah.
So
I think it works. It's good. I hope they.
Yeah.
Keep
No.
it.
He's done a really good. He's done a good job. They again. I must tip my hat to creative, because they've done a great job of positioning him to when he does come back. He's. And then on the other hand, though, I thought that Rhea looked like, she's 12 months after shoulder operation. She looked like she was pushed back too soon. She didn't look like she was in good shape. It looked like she needs more time. Shoulders are fucking, man, they're a lot tougher than a tricep is.
She may not be in action for some time, but they just might have wanted to get her back on the radar and involved in the angle. She may not work for another 2 months, right? That's plausible.
SummerSlam is...
Oh, it's all first week of August, so yeah, that's a month, less than a month.
Less than a month. She's not going to... I don't think she's going to be... And that's my whole thing is I'm like, you don't push a guy... You don't push a guy to get him back in the mix, but then you push her. But then I look at it, I'm just like, they're so top heavy in that world title, for the guys' side. There's so many interchangeable pieces there.
Once Punk comes back, you're going to have Drew, Punk, Seth, Priest. I mean, that's a heavy. And
a lot of people gave Sheamus some shit when he came back. He was a little bit out of shape, but man, he's really. I mean, he was out there with is it Bronson Reed? Is that his name? He came down the other night. Yeah, so he came down with Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's a big old fucking dude.
Yeah.
And Sheamus came running down the ring with a green shirt on, and
yes, he did.
Yeah, and came in and went, started throwing fists.
Got involved. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, and Sheamus dwarfed him. Like, he's a big old man. That's a fucking big raw, but like,
But there's a guy you could move in
Always.
to the right.
And he had that one match where, he fought his ass off, but he lost, and he got the people behind him. Like, they've got him, like, repositioned. After 15 years there, they got him repositioned where he means something. And he definitely, when I watched him the other night, when he came down on that round, I was just like, fuck, man, you forget how big that fucker is. The big old raw bone fucker.
Yeah. How do you keep the Bloodline stuff fresh? I mean, we're adding to it. There's 49 people in there now. Does it just become interchangeable at one point, and it's like
I just think that I don't mean
individuality.
Seth was, not Seth. Roman fucking just looked like he looked like a movie star. He was cool. It just he gave them such a different vibe than they have right now. Like that vibe, I don't feel it is. It's just not as money. Like if you were to sell a poster, if Nike was selling shoes and that the Bloodline was the poster, I just think that taking Rollins out of that mix is huge.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, because I was watching and I thinking back to how about a year ago, year and a half, it was really hot. The Bloodline angle was getting going and really hot, and I was just like, how long can you go? You just gonna keep adding people to try to keep it relevant?
When they got to Heyman.
Getting the forklift that they needed to get him through the fucking table.
God, man. And, I love Paul to death, but that when they pitched that, he was just like, yeah, sure.
If that's what you need, then fine.
Yeah. And, but it just, I guarantee you couldn't have drove a nail up his ass with a sledgehammer when they got him fucking up in the air.
He did not look like he was having fun.
Man. He looked like a cat on an Argyle sweater, man. He's like, oh.
It's rough.
They landed him flat, man. His fucking socks were all fucking cutting into his legs. I was like, man.
That's called the Tony Khan spot. Now, when you gauge the sock poking out of the bottom of the pants.
Good form. How old's fucking Paul?
He's younger than Todd. So,
how old's Todd?
Todd is 68, 67.
So is Heyman my age?
Yeah, he might. Yeah, maybe a little younger. I think he's probably between 60 and 65. Somebody wants to pull that up.
58.
58. Okay, he only looks like he's 65. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. This is it's a good time to be in WWE. It's a good time to be watching WWE.
Yeah, it's a really very well done shows.
Yeah. It's such a difference too with
the NXT is I started watching a little bit more NXT. They've got like it's weird, like it seems like they come in waves. It seems like they've got a really good group of females down there and not so great. Like the male talent hasn't caught my eye yet. Like it's just some of it feels forced. Let me see that. Let me go back. Let me see what that. What's the little blonde girl's name? She's like a little surfer girl. I don't think that's it. I think she starts with an S. Yeah, Soul Rishi. Is that her name? Soul Rishi?
Yeah. Where is it?
She's got like a really kind of cool finisher.
Yeah.
She's got a really cool, it's like a springboard thing she does. And then the other night, the girl cut her off. and used it kind of in her advantage and took her into the corner with it. But she's athletic as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then they got the guy that's who's the gray-headed guy. Where's he at?
I don't know. What was it?
That's the guy. He's got like gray hair. He looks like me. Except I got a better body.
It's NXT. Robert Stone. What proposing?
So
The women,
yeah, I've actually been watching some. I like Joe Coffey on NXT. He's probably my fave of the mates down there. He's a good dude. We did a little spot together in Glasgow, God, years ago at an indie thing.
You mentioned the women. Did you see the women's ladder match?
Oh my God.
The Money in the Bank match?
Oh, my God. My God. Doesn't somebody know she's got ovaries? Slamming those girls under that fucking steel. Chelsea Green was over, man.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Sometimes when I watch the ladies, they weigh a little less than the men, right?
Yeah.
Generally, the ladies are in shape and, maybe a little less meat to take the bumps than some of the guys. So I like going to like a cringe mode. Not cringe, I guess is the wrong word, but you tense up a little when you know they're going to take the fucking ladder or land on the ladder or over the rope onto the table like we saw.
It's when they're up on top and they're like positioning to go into a move, and you're like, is she going to sit out with her? Is she going to suplex her? Like what is she doing? Like what's the game plan here? Because it looks like somebody's going to get killed.
Yeah. I mean, my hat's off. It's twice the risk.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. It's really unbelievable. I really was. I don't know what they got paid for that, but they should get double.
Correct. Now it's time for the tap out, Kev, and how tap out's brought to you by BLUECHEW. And my God, if you're
I had to stop at the sneaker store again. I'm sorry.
You had to stop at the. Oh, I see. Okay, go ahead. Throw some paper towels down there. BLUECHEW, if you've been living under a rock, maybe you don't know that it's the unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost to keep you fellas ready to go when the time arises. You've seen the ads. You've heard us talk about it a million times. I bet there's a big part of you, no pun intended, that wants to try it. If you haven't, do it. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about BLUECHEW. That's right. This is not your grandpa's blue pill. All right. This is the one, the OG chewable tablet for better sex. And BLUECHEW is the online service that will bring it to you. Best part about it, super easy. The process has been simplified by the good folks at BLUECHEW. You're going to go to BLUECHEW.com. You're going to consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you're going to receive your prescription within days, okay? BLUECHEW tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly to your door. Best part, all online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Take them anytime, day or night, and just be ready. Ready to go. If you are in a position to draw your weapon, Mr. Baldwin, BLUECHEW wants the entire country rock hard, okay? They told me so. That's the mission, and they will not stop until every man is bricked up, all right?
Aye, aye.
Till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BLUECHEW.com. Okay, we got a special deal, as we do always for our listeners. Try BLUECHEW free when you use our promo code NASH, N-A-S-H, at checkout. Just pay $5 for the shipping. Give it a shot, guys. If it's not the best damn supplement you've taken, then you let us know, but we've never had a negative comment. BlueChew.com, promo code NASH. Receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the segment, the Tap Out. Kev, we have an athletic competition here for your Tap Out. When you've had enough, you can bail. Here's a big boxing match. I can't even pronounce the names of the participants, but it's a big match.
Oh, these little tiny kids?
I think they're kids. I think that's the hook here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this battle's 3 rounds of 1.5 minutes each.
You know, Abdulrazak looks worried. I thought Iran is the one that should be worried.
He looks like he's ready to go, my man.
Oh, this is kids. I don't want to see this.
No,
shit.
it's not. No, they're
I don't want to see it though. It's I don't want to see.
they're
Tap.
small people.
I tap.
One of them's a
It's
famous influencer from India. And
whatever.
what's disturbing you? That they were little people?
Yeah, they're being
Boxing?
fucking. It's
You feel it's exploitative, is what you feel.
absolutely.
Okay.
Plus,
Then I picked the right clip.
they look like they're 7 years old.
But they are adults, and it's called the Social Knockout was the name of the event, because they're two social media influencers, like Logan Paul. So
I think they're more on par with Alvarez.
there's Abdu Rozik, by the way, if you want to follow him. That's one of the
No, I don't want to see any more of this.
participants in the match.
Yeah, they're from Taiwan. I'm sure their ages are 20. They don't try to pull anything on you.
They're on the level over there, the Athletic Commission. You couldn't get past the Athletic Commission unless you were cleared to fight.
Yeah.
Let's try Florida Man and Jersey Guy. Let's see if that goes over like a fart in church. 2 actual headlines.
Twinks.
One an actual event which perpetrated by a Florida man, and one by a Jersey guy. And Kevin will display his uncanny ability to distinguish between the two. We should have kept an ongoing record. I don't know what yours is, but it certainly
Like AEW.
Right,
They
exactly.
had those records. That's so.
Never
just-
got that. Never want to see that on the bump.
I just think it's so just intriguing to what somebody's fake wrestling record is.
All right, first headline. Man breaks into home, drinks alcohol, eats chips as frightened family escapes over fence. Second, man arrested for scamming elderly woman out of $120,000 in gold bars. Man breaks into home, drinks alcohol, eats chips as the frightened family escapes over the fence. And man arrested for scamming elderly couple out of $120,000 in gold bars.
I can see like Golden Beach, West Palm, where they would have the. There's nothing that really gives away that. I'm going to say because it's not beer and chips, it's alcohol. I'm going to say that's Jersey, and the other one is Florida.
No, it could have been beer. It says alcohol, but it could have been beer. And would that have given it away for you if it said drink some Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Yeah, if it said beer and chips, it said alcohol. That's like somebody's having a fucking highball and eating chips.
No, this is Lehigh Acres, Florida. A Florida man with a lengthy criminal history is back behind bars after breaking into a family's home and barricading himself inside. Lee County Sheriff's Office says it says a family was in the pool at their Lee Acres home when Jose Barbosa entered the home. There he is. Wouldn't mind him walking into my kitchen, running into him. He went up to one of the children and touched their face before retreating into the house. That's when, according to the sheriff's office, the family climbed the fence and escaped. I'm looking to see if the kind of alcohol is mentioned, and I don't believe... It just says 2 alcoholic beverages and a bag of chips. He just wanted to hang out. He just happened not to be invited. And then we go to Jersey City, as a matter of fact. This starts with New Jersey's senior senator isn't the only local with a taste for precious metals. A Jersey City man's been arrested and extradited to Colorado on charges he scammed a 79-year-old Colorado woman out of $120,000 in gold bars. Patel talked the woman into buying 2 gold bars and into giving them to him at a convenience store, continuing the ruse that he was a federal agent. A very lengthy ploy and scam.
So no, wait now.
Yeah.
He's scammed her out of money. He never had.
Here, well, all right. Let's see here. No, it says scammed a woman out of $120,000 in gold bars. Here's the story: 26-year-old Sagar Patel of Jersey City taken into custody. Charged with grand theft. According to Weekly, a pop-up appeared on the woman's computer telling her that it had a virus and she needed to call an 888 number. Patel allegedly answered, identified himself as a federal agent, and said her bank account has been compromised. Patel talked the woman into buying 2 gold bars and into giving them to him at a convenience store, continuing the ruse that he was a federal agent. So he convinces her to buy the gold bars,
Yeah, but
and then turn them over to him.
In order to... Gold's at $2,000 an ounce. What were these? Fort Knox bars of gold?
It says right here the gold bars had not been recovered.
So each of the bars is worth $60K.
They were big bars, I guess.
I don't know many people that have gold in that kind of...
It's because you don't get it.
Oh.
Sagar Patel got it. And that's why he was able to bilk the woman for over 100 G.
See, my gold bars would be in my safe deposit box, so you wouldn't be able to sell me any. I don't want any more.
Right.
You can buy mine.
So maybe Sagar Patel will hit you up. All right, we're back. Kliq This, the Kevin Nash podcast, and this is the high spot of the show, so you know what that means. If you get it, you know what that means. It means it's Get Blitzed Lit Aid.
Get in it.
Courtesy of our friends Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney. We're talking about their nano-infused Delta 9 THC sip and syrup. If you have not tried the Delta 9 sip and syrup,
then you don't get it.
Then you don't get it, but you need to get it. So you should go and get it. Just a teaspoon is all you need to kick back, relax, drink it responsibly in your favorite beverage. You could do a tea, you could do a white soda. I've been known to do the cherry flavor in a Coke Zero. And it's a fast onset. All you need is as little as a teaspoon, 5 to 15 minute onset, because it's nano-infused. And what does that mean? It means it goes right to your bloodstream, bypassing the breakdown in the liver. Works just like alcohol. All right. If you're in Maryland, you can go visit a Stay Lit smoke shop. But for the rest of us, it's legal to ship right from the Get Blitzed website to all 50 states without a med card as long as you're over 21. And right now you can save 15% by entering the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, at checkout. It's get-blitzed.com. That's get-blitzed.com with the promo code KLIQ for your 15% off. This is a fast-growing company. They are exploding in size. Thanks largely to us. I don't mind telling you.
No,
And,
thanks largely to having a good product.
that first, and then we've gone to the top of the tree and shouted and let everybody know. And there's great stuff coming from them, drinkables, seltzers, all great, exciting stuff. But right now, I want you to try the Get Blitzed Lit Aid. Get in bed with this company right now. Go to get-blitz.com. Promo code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q. Get you 15% off. And if you want to ask Kev a question every week, you do that at hashtag AskNash, and we will find you, like we did Tim Hayes, who says, of the boys, Kliq or someone else, who have you known the longest?
Bagwell. From Bagwell, when I was bouncing in Atlanta. He was just a troublemaker. I've known Bagwell the longest. And then we both kind of broke. He broke in Global, I think, in 88 or 89.
Yeah, the handsome stranger he was
he
working
broke in
as.
before I did. But I've known Mark the longest.
Bronx PC Tech. I just rewatched The Punisher. I realized something. If you were quiet, it would be terrifying. You didn't talk much as Diesel, but your real personality makes us forget how huge you are. In your scene, was the toilet gimmicked, or did you legit pick the shit up?
No, it was gimmicked.
Slovakia 99. Question for both of you. What sports will you be watching during the Olympics? And what Olympic sport do you hate the most? I hate fencing and archery. It's boring AF. You have a favorite Summer Olympics sport?
Oh, yeah, basketball.
Well, basketball, obviously, right?
Basketball. I'm looking forward to watching. China's got a 7'5" girl on their Olympic team. She's going to be interesting to watch. I love the 880 and down racing.
The running?
Yeah. And that's everything. Hurdles, everything. And then I love the field. From shot put to high jump to pole vault. I love all those things.
Very good. How about in the audience? Who's here? Who's here for Kev? Britt, how often do you and the Kliq keep in touch?
Sean Waltman and I are in touch a lot. I text, I got a very nice birthday text from Paul. We told each other we loved each other. No, it's just...
Michael's, you still...
Yeah. I'm hoping I need to give those guys a call and make sure they know I'm going to be at SummerSlam.
Oh, you go? Okay, good.
Yeah.
We expect a full report.
Yeah.
In August.
I haven't sat, during the show, and, watched. Now that Vince is gone, I go sit next to Paul, bother him.
Sit in gorilla and just be a pain in the ass. Hey, August.
Hey,
when
Paul,
did we start? Is
Paul.
this our 2-year anniversary? When the hell? What do we? We start in July or August? 2 years ago. Well, this is
July.
episode 106. So there's 52 weeks in a year. So it would seem that 2 weeks ago maybe was our anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, sweetheart.
Thanks, baby.
Who else we have here in the house? Isaac Rista. This is Isaac's first week, Kevin. A musician, as I understand it, and a big Kevin Nash fan. So he has joined the Kliq This TV.com. Has Big Kev ever listened to On It by Jasmine Sullivan or Hers and Hers by Muni Long? Some dope R&B.
I listened on it. I haven't heard hers and hers.
He played
He
bass
played
on
bass
both
on
of
both.
them.
Sweet.
Very
I'll
cool.
definitely listen. So, money long.
Very good. Who else in the
Love
house
you long
here?
time.
Who else? Heading Height. Got any good rib stories? Ever rib the ref in the ring?
God, I'm so boring when it comes to this shit. No, I was just never. I was never a rib guy. I don't rib. I don't want to be. It's like backdrops. I don't give backdrops. I don't take backdrops. I don't like. Don't fuck with me. Is being on the road. Is rough
I don't think.
enough.
I don't anticipate. I don't suspect rather that you were ribbed much.
No, but I didn't.
Well, some guys would just do
Even
it.
Lance Storm said everybody liked me, so
Right,
I
so
was,
it's gotta be
I was
true.
a likable guy, so
Sanford asks,
you know what? And when
Mhm.
it comes down to it, I would rather be liked than get it.
guys, start working on the T-shirt.
I'd rather be liked than
Rather
get
be
it.
over than get it.
I'd rather get paid than get it. But then, when, in essence, though, isn't that the earmark of getting it? Because to get it, I mean, if you ain't getting green, you ain't getting it.
You're not getting it, right? And if you don't get it, you don't get the green.
No.
Right.
So
We could spend all day on that. I feel like maybe multiple.
it's one of those things where I don't know why people bring shit up, and especially like when it's like 4 months ago a statement we make, and people bring something up, because they got a new show. And
Was that WrestleMania we were talking about?
yeah, it's just like, Jesus, man, you guys, like, I don't mind fucking being used for your clickbait, but at least be current. I mean, somebody said that, you're all over fucking about so. I'm thinking, I don't remember saying anything about Phil in fucking months. I still can't believe it. It just amazes me. And I will fucking personally, when I go to SummerSlam, I'm gonna say, Phil, what the fuck did they do to what did you do to your tricep? Because I tore mine off the bone. And I'm not saying I'm tougher than him. I think I'm stupider than him for fucking going back and working. But fuck, I was the champ. I had to do it.
I think the only you did mention him being a little hippie, a little, some width, maybe some extra width.
He looked good. He looked good in the picture I saw him when he was standing with Cena backstage. Like Punk looked like he'd been training, and
Things can change, right? Like the Joe Biden thing.
People just say that I have a problem with him. It's just like, I swear, man, I enjoy his work. I really like this shit at AEW. Yeah, he looks good there.
Well, he's got a shirt on, for God's sake.
But his shoulders are up, his arms are up.
Go up to him at SummerSlam, pull his shirt up, and say, I want to pull out some calipers. And
You can tell he's been fucking training. You can see the thickness in his upper chest. You can see his traps. I mean, it's just like, but the thing is, Phil's got to be at work on Monday. I don't.
Point taken. Sanford asks, since you brought up watching the Amy Winehouse movie, did you know she was a big wrestling fan and a subscriber to Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer? Gotta like her even more now.
Yeah, but I heard that she found out that Alvarez wrote for it, and she dropped her subscription. Doesn't Alvarez write for them?
Yeah, it's the same company.
Same company.
They merged. It was Alvarez had
Alvarez had what?
No, they had two separate.
Short guy indie wrestling.
He and Amy Winehouse wrestled in the same weight class.
Obscure indie wrestling.
Figure 4 Weekly, right? That was Alvarez's.
.com.
Figure 4 Weekly, and Dave was the observer. All right, who wants to finish us out here in the audience?
Dave sent me birthday wishes.
Good.
Yeah, I thought that was very kind. And I said, thank you, Dave. It
was very nice.
So I'll say it to the fans. Thanks, Dave, for there's a lot of people out there that are in the business that didn't wish me a happy birthday, but Dave did. And I just want to say thank you, Dave, for wishing me a happy birthday. Because in essence, you do get it.
Mark DZ, Kev, your promo for the WCW Nitro game on PlayStation is fucking gold. Do you remember it?
That's the one when I say, don't pick me, go on.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was looking for I was trying to watch some clips today to talk about, and there's a clip on right now. It's Goldberg, myself, and Jeff Jarrett, and we're doing like some kind of a fucking media thing for a 2000 Australian tour. And it's like they're just running the camera and we're drinking beers and we're just talking and we're just bullshitting. And I guess from watching it today, because I'd never seen it before, and I don't recall doing it either, which is 90% of my life. But and I have shades on, which tells me I'm probably fucking have shades on for a reason.
Feeling it.
Yeah. But I had just saw Man on the Moon, because I just keep going back like I do just to the same hold over and over. Oh, come on, Andy. I mean, it's just... So if anybody's out there and you have nothing to do, it's about 18 minutes long. It's Goldberg, Jarrett Nash, behind the scenes, Nitro 2000.
There it is.
It right there.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out later. Fantastic.
Me some...
Oh, yeah, look at you. You're in the fucking zone.
Fuck yeah, baby. Everybody else has got tape on their wrists. They work, not me. I got shorts and socks on.
Steve Rockamaniac. Back to death of WCW. It was mentioned that Vince had first dibs on buying as a result of a lawsuit around you and Scott. So Eric never had a chance to buy it because Vince could overrule legally.
I've never heard that.
I don't know that. I think that
why would they go through all that? And
no, I thought that Vince's purchase, I thought that who the hell was the bank? Was it Wells Fargo? I don't want to misrepresent, but whoever.
But I'm just saying, why would Siegel go see what you can get for this? But I know that no matter what, Vince gets first dibs.
He gets it anyway. Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense. So, Steve, I have to disagree that there's any validity to that.
Right. Listen, I do want to tell everyone that Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by President Putin, Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver, producer Steve Kaufman. Graphics by Dominic D'Angelo, title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson, theme song by Dale Oliver, technical research by Tristan Nash, copyright 2024, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, happy birthday. And do you want to do another one?
Dankeschön. Ja, bitte.
The customer service never answers the phone.